Hello, my name is Nikki Clayton. I am a barber stylist. I've been a barber stylist ever since December 2007. I've been a stylist with JCPenney Salon since December 2008. And as a stylist, I was given the opportunity to become an educator for our salons in April of 2012. And with that opportunity, I've been able to go in my territory to teach other stylists in our JCPenney salons new tips, new tricks, and techniques with cutting, coloring, and other ways to build a business and promote themselves as a stylist as well through social media. And we get to learn all of this through other Matrix artistic directors such as Delia Honor Taylor and Michelle O'Connor. They're a great inspiration to our education team and our stylists in our company, and they help us to be inspired with Matrix products and hair cares and to use on our clients every single day behind the chair. As Matrix knows that JCPenney is a proud supporter of Matrix and being able to use those products in our salons. And with that, and working with JCPenney salons for 10 years, I've come to love and to know their products very well. And now we've been able to use those products on our clients on every day behind the chair. So as a educator for Matrix, I will be able to have that knowledge to share with our stylists in our salons on how well they can use that products and actually make it even better for them with their clients and also to themselves and have that knowledge for them. And that's why I want to become a Matrix educator, to build on more than what I already know as well and continue to learn and be able to help others to love Matrix. Hello, so the look I want to be doing today is a pinwheel pre-lightning technique that was inspired to me by our creative directors, Delia Honor Taylor and Michelle O'Connor. The way that this is done, you have your Y section in the front, where it's the corner of each eye on each side, then all the way back to the crown area. And from there, you're going to end up parting equal parts of sectionings all the way around the head to create a nice pinwheel look. The reason why I like the pinwheel look is because it gives you a nice form of the shape of the head, and as it falls and flows, it really gives that nice smooth motion throughout the end result. And I want to pre-lighten the hair first using LightMaster with 40 volume developer and also the clay additive added to that. And the reason why I'm using the clay additive because it is an open air application, and I want that LightMaster to stay moist throughout the process. And I'm using 40 volume developer because I am working with the mannequin head and I want the maximum lift for that. And also I added the Bond Ultimate 8 number 1. That way we can continue to make sure that the hair stays healthy throughout the process, keep the bonds intact for a healthy, beautiful end result. The first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to actually start in the back. I like to start in the back a lot of times for my applications. That way it stays out of the way from the client's face and I have control of my hair where it goes. So first thing I want to do, I'm going to turn her towards me, tilt her head forward, take my little bobby pins out here. And the formula I use is going to be up on the screen for you. That way you can write that down. And within each of these pie sections, these 5 forms here, I'm going to take diagonal partings, creating like a more of like a zigzag look within each of those pie shapes. And after I pre-lighten the hair, I'm going to go in and do a color melt using different shades of purples and pinks to create a nice cool look, sunset look. So here I'm going to go in, create my diagonal parting. You want to keep these partings probably no more than a 2-inch thickness based on the texture and the density of the hair. So that will change based on that as well. You can use your gloves. The way that I'm going to apply this, I'll apply it when I'm around the hairline itself. I will apply it all the way around the actual section I'm creating. Then within the sections itself, and I will create this. I'll apply this on 2 sides instead. That way it creates from the dimensions. Wherever hair you don't cover, it's going to be the natural hair color, and it'll create depth within the end results as well. So I'm going to take my section, hold it nice and taut here. I'm going to take my soft bristle brush. So I always feel like when you're doing balayage techniques, A soft bristle brushes really create a nice soft illusion with that and give you the best end results. It's going to bring it straight out. There you go. Nice tightness. And also too, the more that you hold it out, straight out, it will also give you a nice soft end result as well. If you hold it straight down, you're going to end up creating more lines to that. So, I'm going to take that, and again, just hold that nice and smooth for myself. I'm going to use the side of my brush, hold it nice and flat to the section I'm working with, and you're going to hold the hair about midway, and then apply that product, your Light Master, in the middle, and I'm going to fan that product up. The more product is on the hair, the more lift you'll create. Just really go back and forth. Really nice soft touch. You don't want to be too rough-handed or heavy-handed to this, because you want, with this creating a color melt, we want to make sure that we have a nice soft, you know, transition from the scalp to those ends. I'm going to feather back up a little bit, that way I can kind of create a nice soft illusion there. Once I create that one side, before I go to those ends, I'm going to walk my section up, that way I can go underneath as well. Underneath. And when I'm balayaging this top portion of this, I'm staying on the top layer of my section. I'm not pushing this product all the way through. Just staying on the top layer. Create a nice soft illusion there. And this is, you can be as creative as you want to be with this. When I say with this is, you know, the sky's the limit with that creativity. And again, if you want this to be the lightest, then you most lift, you want to make sure you don't see the actual hair color underneath. You see mostly the Light Master on the top. Then again, I'm working around the hairline, so if she decides to wear her hair up, she can have some dimension in that as well. So I'm going to take this, put underneath, and do the same thing. And I usually just concentrate this part of this. This is usually around the hairline area. That way they're not left without any kind of lightness around those hairlines. Very softly. Once I have created that all around all three sides of this, let me give you a little closer look. Then I'm going to go in and saturate those middlings to the ends. Using the board or your hand, either way is fine. I know a lot of times there's a preference. Bring that down, really saturate those middlings to the ends. One thing you want to be mindful of as you're pushing that through, you're removing some of that product on top of that. So make sure you go back and reapply that product on top, because since it is a air processing, you don't want to remove any of that product where it'll continue to have that maximum lift. And as I'm going down through here, just going to softly bring that down and lay it on the client. And as I'm going through this, I'm going to go, since I took a diagonal this way, now I'm going to take another diagonal in the opposite direction. That way it'll create a zigzag parting within my triangle partings. I'm going to complete this whole entire section and throughout the whole entire head the exact same way. So I am back. We have let it process. We went into a rinse out the lightener. Then we went into with the part 2 of the Matrix Blonde Ultimate 8. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Rinsed out completely. Then I shampooed with the Matrix Solar Results So Silver to help kind of neutralize any other lining tones that I need to remove. Let that sit for about 5 minutes. Rinse out completely. Blow dry 100% of the way, because we're going to be using the semi color of the So Color Coat series. And with that, reason I want to use that is because it's great for clients that wants to change up their hair colors from time to time with every single visit. I know we all have those clients. So with it already pre-lightening, they can come back in and change the color the next visit. So I like to use those for that reason, and also I like to use it as a toner as well sometimes. So what we're going to do, I resection up my mannequin back into my pinwheel sectionings, and we're going to go in and apply a base color within each of the pinwheel sections, and then in that same time that I'm applying the base color, I'm going to go in and apply a secondary color and melt those colors together. First, for the primary base color, we're going to be using the royal purple as far as the base throughout the whole entire look. Then in each of the pinwheel pieces, we're going to go in and alternate 3 different colors. And those 3 colors are the flamenco, fuchsia, and then we're going to go into the bubblegum pink, and then we're going to use the lavender macaroon. I'm going to demonstrate how that is done for the first pinwheel pie shape, and then I'll show you with the fast pace of the rest of the pieces. And for the work of the mannequin, I just kind of coated the mannequin with a base cover. That way it keeps it from being stained. And I'm going to go ahead and add a piece of foil to keep it nice and clean as I go through the process. Alright, so again, I'm going to start in the very back. I'm going to take my royal purple, just outline my section really nicely. And don't be afraid to really use that product. Really make sure you have that nice and evenly coated. I hope you all have gotten to experience some of the silk color coats. They are very pretty colors. I've used the Sparkling Rose several times on my hair, and it fades beautifully each time that I use it. Always fades into the color I have now. There we go. Then we'll continue to just go in about 1 to 1.5 inch in thickness here, as far as how far I bring that out. Then we have the darker base tone. Make sure you try to take as clean sections as possible, because the last thing we want to have is some pieces that don't need to be there. Alright, so I'm going to go back in. Now, the first one I'm probably going to use is a lavender macaroon. Let's go back into sections. Take my small pieces at a time. Make sure you have that great saturation. I'm going to go in about a 1/4 inch from the base color. Really saturate those ends, the links to the ends. Now I'm going to take my 2 fingers here and just mash that color together right in between. The key thing about when you're doing color melt is make sure you have that nice saturation, because if not, you're going to have those holiday spots that we do not want to see. There is 9 sections that I have here. That way we each get to be able to use these colors 3 times. I always wanted to try the pinwheel look. I always see it if it's done correctly and it looks really pretty on. So why not try it here too? So just mesh those 2 colors together really well. Really put those middlings to the ends. And this is how I'm going to be doing my color melt all the way through. Just applying my base color, then alternating my middlings to the end color from each pie shape. I can't wait to see let you see the end results. You can brush that back and forth, really open those cuticles out. Mesh those together. Use your 2 fingers here, just kind of very softly mesh those together. That way they'll have that perfect blend. These mannequins are a lot thinner than what your clients would be, so make sure you take fine enough sections to where you have that great saturation. So I'm going to continue this, and I will show you the end results when I return. So at this time, we have let the Vivid Colors process for 30 minutes, and after the 30 minutes, we went ahead and rinsed out really well and use our Matrix Total Results Keep Me Vivid shampoo and conditioner. I chose this because it's a great product to use on our fashion colors to keep the hold of that color last longer from shampoo to shampoo. And I also used the color lamination. It's also a sealer for that color as well after you do the shampoo, before the shampoo. And this is also a great at-home product for that client to do every few shampoos to keep that color looking great and maintain that nice shine and polish throughout the several weeks ahead. For my styling, before I blow dried, I use the Total Results Matrix Miracle Creator. It's a great multitasking spray to help give it a shine. It also conditions the hair. It's a great cutting lotion as well. So I love using this as a great heat protector as too. So it's a great product. This one is the color Velvetizer. It gives it a nice shine to the hair, and it really makes the blow dry feel really nice and sleek through your brush too.